Hi, I'm Marvin Plackett, and today is Thursday, May 7th. Sorry, we're just a few minutes late, for mostly my fault. I came a little late and then a little technical difficulty, but here we are. Greetings to all residents, all staff, and all guests. There is another person at Episcopal Church Home that has, where it has come back, positive case of COVID-19. This person we found out late yesterday, and the person was they were last scheduled to work on Monday. Prior to that, they hadn't been scheduled for 6 days. They did not come into work the last couple of days, and we of course are rapidly doing the contact tracing to make sure that we have followed all those potential trails of who might have been exposed. One other nursing assistant that has no symptoms was sent home as a result of the contact tracing. So we are working hard, diligently, to stay on top of this as rapidly as possible. No doubt this is not the last time we are going to receive a positive confirmation. And as always, you will be informed. I will be letting you know. And I'm going to present the facts every time, and we're going to focus on the facts and not the fears. Okay? So that's the update related to COVID-19. And as I mentioned yesterday, there's no assurance that that is the one and only case that was amongst us. And last week there was a case as well. There could be, in fact, in our presence, more than a dozen cases. I mean, I have no idea, right? It's just that there are no other symptoms being displayed by anyone that they have COVID-19, and that's exactly the point. When 30% of the population that has it doesn't have any effect or it shows no symptoms, that means we cannot know whether or not it has become more pervasive than we are aware of. And as a result, we must maintain the social distancing of staying at least 6 feet apart, which is 3 arm lengths apart. Wearing our masks at all times, wearing them properly where it covers the mouth and the nose. All right, so those are really important principles. Frequent hand washing, staying within our zones. These are vital things to limit any potential spread. Okay, thank you so much for all that you're doing. I know it's not easy, and I feel it just like you, and thank you for your cooperation. A reminder that this week is Nurses Week. Started yesterday, last 7 days. If you haven't yet reached out to a nurse or more than one nurse, do so, all right? Tell the nurse how grateful you are for the work they're doing, particularly now. Whether that nurse works here at Episcopal Homes or anywhere else in the world, reach out. We all know a nurse or multiple nurses where they will be grateful for you saying thank you for the work that you're doing, and happy Nurses Week, all right? Make sure you do that. A few days ago, I think it was on Monday, I read a little bit of encouragement from an organization that said that some people may be moved to write poetry at this time. And I said that if you are, send me your poem and I just may read it. This poem was forwarded to me. It's not by one of our staff or one of our residents, but it's a beautiful poem and I wanted to share it. The poem is called The Cure for It All by Julia Fehrenbacher. Some of you I know are in a group that Leah leads, and you may have heard this. I'm sure you'll enjoy it again. Go gently today. Don't hurry or think about the next. Don't hurry or think about the next thing. Walk with the quiet trees. Can you believe how brave they are? How kind? Model your life after theirs. Blow kisses at yourself in the mirror, especially when you think you've messed up. Forgive yourself for not meeting your unreasonable expectations. You are human, not God. Don't be so arrogant. Praise fresh air, clean water, good dogs. Spin something from joy. Open a window, even if it's cold outside. Sit, close your eyes, breathe. Allow the river of it all to pulse through eyelashes, fingertips, bare toes. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe until you feel your bigness, until the sun rises in your veins. Breathe until you stop needing anything to be different. I thought that was beautiful. Tomorrow at 1:30, I will be, of course, giving you another update. 2 weeks ago, Friday, I also added a little bit of humor, some levity. I brought some of the unedited writings that were found in patients' charts written by doctors. I got so much feedback about that, and a number of people said, hey Marvin, there were more on that list. Read some more to us. So tomorrow at 1:30, you'll get an update on what's happening here at Episcopal Homes, and also stay tuned for another list of terrific unedited charts, doctor's notes and patient's charts. See you then, and now for some words from Phil Rose.
Thank you, Marvin. It sounds like a good thing to have tomorrow afternoon. I'm just wondering if I need to bring my drum and my cymbal. So a few things. One of the most difficult things that we have experienced since we needed to move into more of a lockdown situation, if you will, trying to keep to our zones and honoring that to protect us, is the loss of the procession of honor, the loss of house memorials, and of course the loss of funerals. And so one of the things that we have done here at the church home for a while is something that we call remembering our neighbors. It's a way for us every couple of months to remember the people who have lived with us and who have died. We recite their names, we sing some songs, we offer some prayers. And so we got to thinking that is normally scheduled for the first Thursday of the month at 2 o'clock. And the spiritual life team was saying, well, it really should be for campus-wide. So today at 2 o'clock, we will have that service to remember our neighbors who have gone on ahead of us. An interesting thing is that there were only 2 people in April. There were 13 in March. So we will be remembering 15 people this afternoon at 2 o'clock, and I encourage you to join us for that service of remembering our neighbors. And it's important, even if you can't be there for these things, to know that we are praying with and for you, for your health and for those who have died as well. A couple of other quick things here. One is I want to give a shout out to the Reverend Dennis Klebeck. Dennis is our Catholic deacon, and I've had a chance to connect with him in the last few days, and he's been very sad about not being able to be here with folks. So I want you to know that he misses you all, and that he is hoping to be able to get back here. We don't know when, so but he has you in his heart, and he's praying for you as well. Our good friend Janet Deal sent something in that I want to share with you. It is an article from a magazine called Everyday Health, and it talks about isolation, the hidden risks of social distancing. And this is advice from experts to the elderly on staying connected with family and friends. And there are a few highlights. First of all is embrace tech as a gateway to the world. So there are so many wonderful things out there, but you do need to say, you know what, I'm not going to break it. I'm not going to break the iPad. I'm not going to break the computer. It's okay. I'm going to go out and I'm going to explore. And I know many of you do that, but we have a lot more iPads on campus now. So if you would like some help from the life enhancement folks, ask them. Tell them that you want to do some more exploring of things that are out there. And that includes some wonderful things like taking a virtual tour. The second piece of advice is turn off the news and take a virtual tour. The news, unfortunately, I hear it on basically 24 hours a day around here. And I know I can't take it. I limit my news intake. I definitely want to stay informed, but I highly recommend you turn off the news and try one of these virtual tours. Google Earth has a virtual tour of all 31 national parks. The Open Library has removed its wait lists for 1.4 million books. The Louvre, the British Museum, and the Museum of Modern Art all have created virtual tours for people to go on through digital means. And there are concerts from London's Wigmore Hall as well as the Metropolitan Opera. So I would highly recommend that you do those things. And then the last two are cultivate friendships and look for ways to build new ones. One of the things that I heard recently was that the cell phone companies are saying that there are a lot more actual phone calls happening, not just texting, not just posting on Facebook, but people picking up the phone and calling one another. And that is the advice from this article as well. And then the last bit was get creative with your hobbies. Of course, we can't go places to do that. But they suggest doing some solitary hobbies like gardening, playing music, solving crossword puzzles, reading different journals that are out there and now available to us through the internet. So anyway, I just wanted to suggest those 4 things that were from this article that Janet had recommended. And of course, the last one is to stay physically fit. And you can do that by checking out the website and going to the residence, Susie, help me out. It's Resident Life. In the upper right-hand corner of our website, it's Resident Life. If you go to that, you'll see Creative Ventures, Spiritual Life, and Active Living. And if you go to Active Living, you'll be able to go to videos that will show you some workouts that you can do in your room. So, thank you for listening. Please join us at 2 o'clock for the memorial, and be well.